Hi everybody, welcome to another session of Wing Chun Kun. Today we're going to concentrate on the design of the Quillon. The Quillon is this part as you see here. It is the little hook of the guard that is above here, just above where you hold your hand. Obviously this is a guard so that you will use this to protect your hand and the rest of your body and your lower half of your body so that a sword or a stick will not pass the guard to harm your fingers. And with the Bart Cham Dao, this being the butterfly double knife, is kind of like the father of the Bart Cham Dao. So in this instance here, with the D guard and the Quillon here, it helps protect your fingers. So here is to illustrate this. This here is the Quillon. Notice the small size that this is at about 1 3/4 inch, so that it prevents any kind of weapon from seriously harming your fingers. As a weapon come in, you could see that it is really difficult. And these are the kind of angle that you would normally face, which is two swords kind of at parallel at each other. And when a sword comes in, and if it does hit the top of your sword, it would come in, and this would actually stop it from cutting your hand off. And it should work quite effectively at this angle, as you can see here. I'm holding it like this, at this angle, or at these angles here. No matter how much I try, it only at like a very extreme angle do I now get a contact to my hand, and only at these angles. But normally most of the angles it's not going to cut my hand, so all I need to do is twist down a little bit and my hand should be safe. As well as here, my thumb, this is my thumb here, is currently not touching. So I feel pretty safe with this. So now this iteration into a Bart Cham Dao that we see usually, we would see something like this that's coming out of China that's very popular. And I consider this the older type. And once again, this Quillon here, you could see is kind of small, so that it is difficult for a knife to come in. So as you can see here, if I hold it like this, it is quite difficult. I mean, at certain angles, it will cut my knuckles. But as you can see, it is quite difficult because this distance between here and here is very small. So here it doesn't cut, and here it doesn't cut. And all I need to do is twist a little bit this way, and this one twists a little bit this way, and my hand should be pretty safe. So now, going in from this design to the more modern Bart Cham Dao, which I have illustrated already in my past videos, that the D guard is not much of a use simply because there's no ridge here, and it's very thin and smooth, and allows a Bart Cham Dao to hop over, easily hop over, and have all your fingers cut off, because this edge is really soft and smooth. So now I've also illustrated in the past that the reverse grip is really not recommended. Half the Wing Chun people don't agree that you should hold the knife this way in the reverse grip, except for when you want to conceal it or when you want to deploy it. Other than that, you should not use the reverse grip to block, nor should you use the reverse grip to cut. So now they have made this really, really, really big so that you can apply the reverse grip, because it's got to fit the entire hand inside to do that, and that's why they made this really, really big. So now, because the distance between here and here is huge, when you hold the knife like this, and when any kind of sword wants to come in, it will now automatically cut the top of my hand right off with ease. Now, one, this is already thin. It's not fat like the old butterfly sword is. Second, it is so much bigger. And because this is so much bigger, it allows a sword to come all the way in, as you can see, and cut. And as well as the other side, I'm already being cut right here at almost any kind of angle, and I don't have to really be very specific. As long as any sword managed to make its way in here, you will get cut. No matter what, you are going to get cut. There's no way about it, and you don't have to be difficult. You don't have, and even if I try to bend this, because this is such a big opening, there's no way that I can really successfully bend this to tan this sword away. I mean, look how far. First I'm getting cut here, and I tried to bend this. I have to go all the way this. And at this stage, I'm just going to get my thumb cut. Because look, there's no way I can really successfully bend this sword to protect myself. So that's why, one, I don't agree with the reverse grip, and second, when is the reverse grip made for these swords being so big? Forget it. This is this sword, and when it's small, you could see that it worked, and when it's big like this, once again, you're gonna get cut right here, and gonna get cut right here. Very simple. No matter how I come in at any angle, the top of my hand, my thumb, all of my knuckles and my hand completely getting chopped right off. Here's this one here, getting chopped right off, getting chopped right off, and this pair as well, I'm going to get chopped right off. I am going to get chopped right off. Right here I'm getting chopped. So, and that is why I've designed my blade where I have at least a distance from here to here, so that when a knife comes in, I'm at least 2 inches away from danger, whereas these other knives, as you can see, I'm quite close to the danger. Either way, I'm going to get chopped. So now this is protecting me, and then when I try to come in here, this being much smaller and much forward and much longer, it really protects me much better than the other one. This, I still might have some trouble. I still might get cut a little bit on my thumb. But this way here, I could easily tan this knife away. I don't have this huge space like the other one. And at the same time, this knife, it is much, much better in terms of protecting my hand from getting chopped from the Quillon. It's not, this is not perfect, but it is a lot better. So that's why I've designed this, having a Quillon like this. And on another episode, I'll go into why there's a curve here like that. So I hope you find this interesting. I conclude that on the defense of these weapons here, you can argue that, you know what? This was made for the reverse grip for concealment, and concealment is the most important thing. Without this being able to flip and conceal it in your sleeve, okay, it's in my sleeve, I cannot leave the house. These are rebel weapons. They were to use in dark alleyways, indoor use, where you cannot possibly bring a huge sword in. So the only way to make this sword work is that if you can conceal it. So because the concealment is the most important, it's no use if these weapons were good. That's fine, but I can't conceal it. If I can't conceal it, I cannot take it out onto the street. I cannot walk into a building holding a knife like this. Therefore, concealment was most important. They sacrificed defense for concealment. So that's how I see it. Doesn't mean that these knives are useless, but it means that these knives, you can conceal it by the reverse grip, and you can walk into a building or walk into a street market undetected while they are still deadly. Even though if you go up against a real sword, they might not be as good because of the lack of design in the Quillon and in the D-guard. So, as my 2 cents, I hope you find it interesting and have a nice day.